How's everybody doing? Thank you so much for joining in. Share this video out. I'm Oscar Blue for Border Network News, correspondent for Real America's Voice News and the Wendy Bell of Radio Network. How's everybody doing? Thank you so much for joining in. It is right now. Let me just flip it. There you go. There we go. I think we're good now. It is 7:44 in the evening today. Share this video out, please. Share this video. It is such an important live feed today. It is really important what we are going to broadcast today and bring to light on how the Democratic Party, the left in the United States of America, apparently they do not know or they do not understand that there is a multi-billion business that is called trafficking of humans, trafficking of drugs in other countries. They only think about themselves, and they only think that the United States has nothing to do with that. And that ultimately blame the past administration. Today, thank you so much for joining in. First of all, like the video, share the video. Like the video, share the video. Like the video, share the video. Hit that like button on Facebook. Hit that bell button on YouTube. And also, we are live. I forgot. We are live also at Getter. So people that are joining in at Getter, thank you so much for joining in. Well, how do I start this? And I will start like this. I believe that this is the great way to start. And I believe that this is a phenomenal way to start the live feed. They are complaining, and I'm not to mean and not to bring her name up. They're complaining about supposedly Marjorie Taylor Greene lying under oath on a seat. When you have the head chief of the Department of Homeland Security lying about people losing their lives under oath, terrorists coming through borders and being also held at the border. I will go detail by detail. I will go video by video. I will explain all the lies and atrocities by this individual that is disgusting by the name of Nadler. Another individual that is also Veronica Escobar. There are another Lou by the last name. Holy cow. Holy moly, man. What the hell is going on in the United States? These people, they sit down at the throne like kings, and they say nothing is going on. And the other side of the border in Mexico, there is a cartel war. You incompetent politicians. There is a humongous trafficking of people that where their people are dying. And you know what? The most beautiful thing about this is when you bring evidence, when you bring facts. On the year of 2021, I traveled 7 times to the south border of Tapachula. And all the 7 times there was a caravan. I broadcast 8 caravans. I broadcast 8 caravans, which they were walking when the Biden administration lifted Title 42, took away the tariff of the threat to Mexico. And this is how they're justifying themselves that the wall doesn't work and that the past policies by the past administration does not work also. Hear this out as we are going to present facts and we are going to elaborate on the lies that these, holy moly, man. And they're complaining about another Congress. Holy cow. No tienen vergüenza. Son unos cínicos. Son unos sinvergüenzas. No tienen vergüenza, bola de asquerosos, infiltrados, bola de asquerosos, mentirosos. No tienen vergüenza. You don't have no shame at all. This guy, Mayorcas, just went to the Darien Gap, went over there, experienced it himself, saw people dying at the Darien Gap, multiple pictures, and ultimately the experiences of the migrants telling them it is a humongous business what we got over here, Mr. Secretary of the Department of Homeland Security. I will go video by video, and I will put every single one video for you to hear this out. And if you want to laugh, laugh at the comments. If you want to be angry, be angry. If you want to say, holy cow, where are these people from? Are they from this planet? Are these Democrats from this planet? Oh my God. First clip right here. This guy, Nadler. No shame at all. Listen to what he says. And also, not only him, Mr. Lou, Democratic Party, whatever his first name is. Listen to this clip.
Thank you, Chairman Nadler. Thank you, Secretary Mayorkas, for your distinguished public service. An American president told the American people that all their problems were because of the southern border. Sounded just like my colleague from Colorado, that all your problems are because of the southern border. He railed against the border.
Don't put attention to the southern border. This incompetent imbecile is saying, don't put attention to the southern border, where they are trafficking millions of fentanyl. That is, no, focus on the Capitol, January 6th. Fentanyl trafficking through the southern border. Oh, don't even worry about it. The trafficking of children and also multiple people dying when they're crossing the river of the Rio. That's not a problem. Leave it over there. The multiple trafficking of people and humans and coyotes and cartel members that they operate on the other side of the border because of you, of your policies. It's not because of a wall. Take the wall out. It is because of a policy. Number one, it is because of a policy. Not nothing else. And you got this guy that it wants to say like, the wall, southern border. Sounding like that is the problem of all problems. Holy moly. Holy cow. Does this guy know a cartel name by the name of Sinaloa? Does this guy know a cartel name by the CGNG, Jalisco? Does this guy know El Chapo Guzman? Does this guy know El Mayo Zambada? Does this guy know all these drug kingpins that they operate to his country? First and foremost, the cynical comment. First thing coming out. Listen to this video.
He tried to close it. He talked about the drugs at the border. That American president was Richard Nixon. It's 1969. And he launched Operation Intercept. He shut down virtually the southern border. And after 3 weeks, he gave up. He failed. His policies failed to stop the migrants coming to the United States.
Holy.
And so did the policies of every other president.
Yes.
President Ford, Carter, Reagan, George W. Bush, Clinton, George H.W. Bush, Obama, and Trump. In fact, under the Trump administration, migrant apprehensions increased to 851,000 in May 2019, more than.
Do you know why they increased, you dumbass? Do you actually read a book? Have you actually picked up a book and read it? Do you actually know what is going on around the world, dumbass? Do you actually know that? There is a thing that is called, and let me remind you, United Nations. I don't know if you heard of it, Mr. Lou, but it's an organization that has been there for years. And in 2015, they created a thing that is called Global Compact of Migration, which migrants started migrating from Africa to Europe. And it was a total disaster where Spain got out of it, Germany got out of it, France got out of it. That global compact jumped into the West continent, that is the continent of America. Because of the global compact on migration, Obama signed it. Donald Trump came in to exercise his right and said, I'm getting the hell out of this. This is a complete mess. The only ones that they did not get out of it, Mr. Dumbass Lou, it is Canada and it is Mexico. Two countries that are putting the United States on a sandwich. Under the Trump administration, he got out of the United Nations, and that is the reason why hundreds of thousands of migrants started migrating north. Do you elaborate on that? Of course not. Because it's because of the wall, Oscar Blue.
Double the year before. 144,000 migrant encounters occurred in May of 2019. So my question to you is, it's true, isn't it, that the issues at the southern border have been there for more than half a century?
Holy cow.
That is true, Congressman.
For my Republican colleagues to somehow say this is a new problem is just hogwash.
Oh,
So let's talk about one of the more ineffective solutions, which is the wall.
oh.
The former president said Mexico will pay for the wall. Did Mexico pay for the wall?
No, we did not.
No, it did not.
Okay. The southern border is approximately 1,933 miles long, is that correct?
Approximately, yes.
And in 4 years, all the former president managed to do was build approximately 455 miles, of which only 49 were in places where there weren't already physical barriers.
That is a complete, blatant lie. Holy cow.
Is that correct?
I'm not familiar, Congressman, with the precise amount of
You're not even familiar with what is happening in the south border. You're not familiar with what?
mileage that was built, but it certainly didn't expand the entire territory of the southern border, nor is it the most effective means of securing.
In fact, public reporting is that there has been over 3,000 times this wall was sawed by people trying to cross, isn't there?
Holy cow.
Right.
I have read a report that estimates that number of attempted incursions.
And the overwhelming majority of this wall was built in places where there already was a previous physical barrier, isn't that right?
I believe so, Congressman.
Thank you. And by my calculation, the former president in 4 years only built new barriers in 2.5%.
I will elaborate on that for just 1 second. I have been, and I don't know if people have been following me, I have been walking to the wall and mountains. I have climbed multiple mountains to show the building of the wall and also shown the wall not only in the whole state of Baja California, but also in the part of in Arizona. And also, it's good to have this kind of evidence because it says, why you build another wall when you already had one before? This is the part of, this right here. This right here. This is the pass wall that Mr. Lou is talking about. How embarrassing that is. Do you see that? This is an actual live stream that I was on top of a place in Playas de Tijuana, in Tijuana, where, do you see that piece of aluminum? That was your wall before. So supposedly this man, walls do not work. Why are hundreds of thousands of migrants, Mr. Liu, let me ask you, going through only open gaps of the wall? Why are not hundreds of thousands of migrants going through the port of entry to ask for the political and refugee asylum? Why they are only using open gaps? Look at this ridiculous picture. Look at that. That was your before wall. That was Obama's wall. That was Clinton's wall. That was all the presidents that he mentioned before. That was his wall. That was the wall. All the hundreds of thousands of migrants that they're walking right now through the United States of America, they're going through open gaps. Why they don't go through a particular port of entry, Mr. Liu? Why they go through an open gap? Why don't they just go through and they just jump? Why? Holy moly, man. These people are, I don't know if they're, I don't know what kind of substance they got in their brain. But this is plain evidence for every single one of you. I have traveled multiple times to every mountain and shown different parts of the wall. This right here, it is an insult of what he's talking about and what he is saying. This is the reality. These people, they sit down on their throne and then they just speak up their butts. That is the only thing that they do. These are the same Democrats that want to send a letter to our president of Mexico to stop militarizing cities when we have a huge cartel problem. 8 cities, Mr. Liu, on the top 10 for homicides and killings due to cartel activity. But the wall doesn't help. What problems at the southern border? We got more problems at the capital. Southern border, it's okay. Eso no importa. That doesn't even, we don't care about that. Unbelievable. I wanted to show this first and foremost so people can understand how the lies of these Democrats and these individuals, which they are continuously under oath, they are lying. They're complaining about another, I didn't even want to mention that. Miss Hayapal. Have you guys heard of this individual? Holy, my God. Whew. For everybody that is watching, thank you for joining in. I'm Oscar Blue for Border Network News, correspondent for Real America's Boys News and the Wendy Bell Radio Network. Give it a like to the video, share the video, hit that bell button on YouTube, hit that like button on Facebook, and people that are watching me on Getter, how's everybody doing at Getter, man? How are you guys doing at Getter? Give it a like at Getter, comment at Getter. Also, we have Buy Me a Coffee on the top link. If you guys like to contribute to our independent reporting and travel fund, we're going to be traveling soon to the south border to show the truth, not like these people that they are lying in oath in a court or in a room where Congress people are sitting down and Senate people are sitting down and basically asking, what the hell is going on? They do not care about the incentivization that is happening in the country of Mexico, in the country of Honduras, in the parts of Nicaragua, in the parts of Panama, in the parts of Costa Rica, in the parts of Guatemala. They do not care what is going on over there. Jaina, thank you so much for the coffees. Thank you so much. God bless your soul. They do not care about that. They only care about themselves. Listen to this video. This is just, my God, this is such an embarrassment. This is a complete embarrassment.
For you. Number one, you were handed a broken system, further decimated by the Trump administration.
Oh. Do I have the throw up sound effect? Where is it? Oh my God. Let me just type right here. There we go. I think I have it. Yes, I have it right here. Holy moly, man. Let me just return that video for everybody to listen. Let me just return that video. All leftist communists, all leftist dictators, all leftist imperialistic individuals, they always project to what happened before. This is what AMLO, the president of Mexico, does. Always complain about the past administration. This is because of Cedillo. This is because of Salinas. This is because of Fox. This is because of Calderon. They never take responsibility for their own actions. This is leftist communists at their best, people. Listen to this video. Listen to this. How she starts.
Number one, you were handed a broken system, further decimated by the Trump administration. A Trump
Are you tired of this? Aren't you tired of this? More than 38,000 unaccompanied minors have entered your country under the Biden administration. More than 250,000 encounters in less than 2 weeks. Are you seriously? Again, please. Let me play the video.
strategy was systematically to eliminate all legal pathways to come to the United States. The misguided implementation of the Title 42 public health law to circumvent existing immigration law was part of that strategy. So was the horrific Trump separation of at least
Lady, more than 38,000 unaccompanied minors have entered your country. Multiple children being dropped off at the other side of the border. Left alone by traffickers and coyotes. Where are you taking those children, may I ask, Ms. Hayapal? Where are you directing those unaccompanied minors, Ms. Hayapal? Where are the fathers of those unaccompanied minors, Ms. Hayapal? Are you contacting them, the fathers, the families? Who are they taking care of the families? Catholic Charities, NGOs? That's who we need to trust now? Unbelievable statements. Separation of families. Do you remember the Obama era? 2015, cages being built. The massive deportations of children with nowhere to go. Also, let me remind you something, Ms. Hayapal. Guess who is deporting unaccompanied minors straight to Guatemala airport? And also, I was broadcasting deportation of families and also children alone in the part of Tapachula. Your administration, your current administration, there's video, there's proof, and also the Institute National of Immigration of Guatemala has talked about that. They have statistics, they have stats about how many unaccompanied minors the Biden administration has returned back with nowhere to go, just dropping them off at the airport where nobody to pick them up directly again to the traffickers. Do you know Arizona, Ms. Hayapal? There is a sheriff over there that you might call and get some information. Let me just tell you who it is. His name is Sheriff Wilmot. He works in Arizona in the area of Yuma. Great human being. Possibly you're not gonna like him because he's white, and you all believe that on the white supremacy, the white imperialism, and if it is white, it is not all right. So you believe in that, possibly, right? Sheriff Wilmot, he will tell you a story of a child under the Biden administration who trafficked more than 17 times, recycled more than 17 times into the border of Yuma. Are you talking about that? Are we talking about the fake marriages, the fake matrimonies, the fake families that they were discovered on the Trump administration? Are you giving those statistics, Ms. Hayapal, that in 2018, more than 5,800 fake families were discovered under the Trump administration? And in 2019, more than 4,800 fake families were discovered under the Trump administration. Are you talking about that separation of families, parents not being the parents of the child? Are you talking about that? Do you have statistics, Ms. Hayapal, of your current Department of Homeland Security of how many fake families they have discovered? Do you have a statistic of how many fake families the current administration has discovered? I'll wait. Do we have statistics on that? Do we have statistics on that, Ms. Hayapal? Let us go back to the video. Holy cow. The lies of this intervention, man.
500 children, 5,500 children from their parents.
You got more than 38,000 right now. Are you going to talk about that? The problem that you have, or are you going to blame the broken system of Trump? The 38,000 that we got right now, Oscar Bell. Oh my God. Let me do the Dorothy. Oh my God. We got more than 38,000 right now, but it's because of Trump. It's because of Trump. Oh my God. Like, oh my God. Like, oh my God. Holy cow. This is just ridiculous.
A trauma which they will likely never recover from. You are absolutely right. This is my second point, that what we need is a humane and...
Do you talk about the trauma that children are suffering in the Darien Gap because of your incentivization of open borders when they are being trafficked, abused, and violated as they are walking alone from the South America all the way to the North border? Are you talking about that? No. You're talking about the physical and mental abuse.
Just immigration system with legal ways for people to come, including upholding our obligations under international and domestic law for people to seek asylum. But our colleagues have no interest in getting such a system because it is actually too useful for Republicans to not have a functioning system because it allows them to attack and scapegoat immigrants, even as they and all of America benefit from the labor and contributions of documented and undocumented immigrants.
You're talking about, Ms. Hayapal, are you talking about the ghost tax, right? The ghost tax? Are you talking about that? The way that the ghost tax, people that they are undocumented and they work under the table and they do not, they're not registered under a pattern in the United States of America. I think that you're talking about that, right? So you are telling me, listen how illogical this sounds. So you're telling me that that is okay? This is the most aggravated thing about this video. This is why I wanted to play this video. She is justifying people coming in undocumented into the United States of America, provide an economy, because a lot of them, they come to work. Yes, undocumented coming to work. But you're basically saying that a lot of Americans in the United States, they enjoy out of the tax money earned under the government by undocumented individuals. So you're telling me that that is okay? Are you guys hearing this? Look at the example that they are using. Is there any shame at all? Yes, we know that there's an underneath economy that is called ghost tax. That is why undocumented migrants, you don't want to document them, because there is a lot of multiple billions of dollars that you're bringing into the table. Why don't you document the people that they're undocumented then? Why don't you do that? Has anybody asked themselves that question? No, right? But you make it feel that it's okay.
I am a legal immigrant, and I have no problem with the fact that we need to reform our immigration laws. So let me get to my questions. Secretary Mayorcas, how does the previous administration's harm to the refugee system and the tax on legal immigration affect the people who are coming to the border?
Congresswoman, what we have done is shut down lawful pathways in the prior administration, and it drives people to seek the dangerous journey to arrive at our southern border and make a claim of asylum. That is why this administration is so focused on rebuilding safe, orderly, and humane pathways.
You have to be kidding me. You have to be kidding me right now for what he said. You have to be kidding me for what he just said. Trafficking is on a rampage right now at the northern borders. Multiple migrants are being kidnapped and they're being abused, and there's an enormous corruption in Mexico because of your incentivization. A National Guard soldier just drowned because of your incentivization. Border Patrol agents on the other side of the border are being shot at by the cartel because of your incentivization. It is a humongous business. Where do you don't get it? Or do you get it? Because if you get it, that means that you're complicit about this. This video is just incredible.
As our laws provide, so people do not have to take that perilous journey when they fear persecution by reason of their membership in a particular social group, which is how our refugee and asylum laws are built.
Wow. This video is going to last a little bit, and I apologize for my moderator and manager. And I just want everybody right now on the live feed to give a hand clap to my producer that clipped all these important parts of videos and put it on my inbox, and for me to understand them and listen to them. So give it a hand clap to our producer who does phenomenal work. This is a ridiculous video. How ridiculous can it get? I really don't understand until what point are we going to continue with this? Until what point this is going to continue? I'm just going to play the videos, and ultimately after that, I will comment on every single one of them. Listen to this one. Every single one. Holy cow! It is just this. It's just hurtful to my ears, man.
Illegal migrants on the terrorist watch list or no-fly list encountered on our southwest border been released into the United States?
Ranking Member Jordan, as I mentioned before, I will provide that data to you with respect to the disposition of each one. I do not know the answer to your question.
The Secretary of Homeland Security does not know the answer to the status of 42 individuals who came to our southern border illegally, are on the no-fly list and the terrorist watch list. You do not know whether they have been released or not into the country. That's your testimony.
Ranking Member Jordan, as I've said before, I will provide you the data. I
yield back to the gentleman. That's amazing.
Mr. Secretary, this is outrageous. At your oath of office ceremony on February 2, 2021, you said, quote, the mission of the Department of Homeland Security is to safeguard the American people, our homeland, and our values. On the website of DHS, it describes the mission. It says the Department of Homeland Security secures the nation's air, land, and sea borders to prevent illegal activity and is focused on securing our borders and keeping our communities safe. Sir, you're the 7th Secretary of Homeland Security in charge of the 3rd largest federal department in the United States and the largest immigration system in the world. You are given immense power and an absolutely critical responsibility. Of all of our federal agencies, sir, I think yours is the one that has the smallest margin of error. Because if the Secretary of Homeland Security is unable or unwilling to give these answers, to perform his duties and accomplish his mission, crime surges, chaos ensues, and innocent people die. Mr. Mayorcas, that is exactly what is happening on your watch.
The 42 illegal.
So you have a Secretary of Department of Homeland Security that does not know about people that they have been on the terrorist watch list. And he doesn't say, no, I would like to, let me go check on that. I didn't know that we had terrorists coming in through the border and also through Mexico. Mexico, who cares about Mexicans? Let them arrange, our problems. Who cares about them? I don't care. Whatever happens over here, that I care. Because we are for caring. But whatever happens in Mexico, if terrorists are coming in or, people that they're not sensible and then they're not vulnerable, people that they are vulnerable and people that they are sensible, let's not take care of them. But when he is asked about a terrorist watch list of people, he doesn't know. This is the head chief of the Department of Homeland Security. This is the chief of Department of Homeland Security, people. And he doesn't know about how many terrorists are coming in that they're on a watch list under his watch. How insecure your borders can be. But according to other individuals that they're in this panel, that it is not important. He's questioned here again on this video. Let me play it right here for you guys.
Name one case yet. According to a new report from the U.S. Department of Justice, almost half of all the criminals prosecuted in federal courts in 2018 were aliens, charged with crimes ranging from drug trafficking to murder and to kidnapping. And the vast majority, 38,000, were illegal immigrants, illegal aliens. But it's still, domestic terrorism is the #1 cause of your concerns. Texas is one of the only border states that keeps detailed statistics on crimes committed by aliens specifically. The latest report from the state of Texas reports that between June 1st of 2011 and November 30th of 2021, 356,000 criminal aliens were booked into Texas jails, of which 243,000 were identified as being in the country illegally. Those illegal aliens were charged with more than 401,000 criminal offenses, including 742 murders, 47,000 assaults, 7,500 burglaries, and over 11,000 sexual assaults and other sex crimes. And that is just in the state of Texas. And you can't name one referral that DHS has made on a domestic terrorism charge to the DOJ with all of those numbers. Just in April, in a 24-hour period of time,
holy cow,
CBP arrested at least 5 gang members who illegally crossed the border. And it's
holy cow, people. Don't you like numbers? Don't you guys like statistics and numbers? That is beautiful, huh? When you provide statistics and numbers. But it is, the left or the Democrats is all about pandering. Oh my God, the pandering. The hell what happens in Mexico? Mexico, deal with it. Deal with it, Mexico. Guatemala, deal with the problem. Honduras, Nicaragua, El Salvador, all of them, deal with the problem. We are over here. We're just going to sit down with our suit. How's everybody doing? Thank you so much. Señor Mayorcas, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm sitting down. Dorothy, can you bring me a cup of coffee, please? Let it be Starbucks. Decaf. You know what? Just vanilla. Just a vanilla. A coffee vanilla. And almond milk, please. I want it halfway, please. And don't make it and half cold and half hot. I want the temperature in the middle. And please wear another sweater. It's making me uncomfortable. Holy mac. Whoo! These people are sitting down at a court, lying under oath about people that they are being used as migrants, abused, and people are dying. People are dying trying to get to the United States of America. People are losing their lives continuously. Women are being raped. And oh my God, I got a video that I will release right now. This video, after we play another clip. Let us play another clip right here. A 35-second clip. Oh my God, this gets so ridiculous by the moment. I don't even know what to do anymore. This is so bad. What the hell is going on in the United States, man?
Give me an opportunity to say anything. Number one, we have intensified efforts to dismantle the transnational criminal organizations and human smuggling networks.
That is a lie. That is a complete lie. You're not dismantling squat. We live over here. I have shown it. I have seen it. We have continuously seen how migrants are being abused. They're being kidnapped. They're being bribed. They're being held hostage until they don't pay an amount and a quantity for them to cross to the United States. Have you talked to the government of Mexico how they are also corrupt and complicit on the enormous trafficking of people? Just recently, Mr. Mayorcas, and let me just put myself on the screen right here. Just recently, the husband of the director of immigration in Tapachula was arrested in the part of Tuxtla with accusations of human trafficking. Did you know that? Do you know at the Darien Gap that they have a shirt, which they have a barcode where migrants go in with their phones, put their barcode, and they say, here you have to deposit to the cartel. Do you know that? Do you know that they are charging between $5,000 to $8,000 to $10,000 on every border to just let them cross to just a river so they can walk? Did you know that? But you're dismantling right now. So all the people that are coming in, they're coming because they have been doing it walking. Nobody is using a coyote. Are you seriously telling me that? Listen to what he says right here. That is completely unbelievable as the video goes on. And holy cow, this is just ridiculous.
In an unprecedented level. Number two, we've brought greater efficiency to the process of unaccompanied children and uniting them with a parent, legal sponsor, or other qualified family.
Holy cow. You got the highest and possibly the history of the United States of America of unaccompanied minors from the fiscal year of 2022 that starts from October of 2021 to right now. More than 38,000 unaccompanied minors, Mr. Mayorcas. Where is your delivery of unaccompanied minors? 38,000. And by the way, let me ask you this, Mr. Mayorcas. Again, I want to know this question that I will ask you. Have you reported on fake families and fake matrimonies as they are using unaccompanied minors to achieve the loophole of the political asylum? Oh my God. Oh my God, man. It gets worse by the minute. It gets worse by the minute. This was just I don't know what planet they live on. And then we're gonna get this. We're gonna get to this. This is the most, holy cow. The only thing that she said correctly was that they needed immigration reform. But after that, oh my God. If you guys want to, let me just, where is it? Where is it? Right here. We got it right here. Where is it? Right here. Hear this video.
No surprise that the situation has grown only more challenging as a result of inaction. And much of what has suddenly outraged my Republican colleagues has been going on for years, including during the Trump era. We talk about root causes of migration. There's one we don't talk about enough, and that's Congress's inaction. Immigration reform, which hasn't happened in decades, won't eliminate migration, but it sure would help alleviate the pressure.
Holy cow. I don't know if I should I get the permission? She's trying to get reelected possibly, but should I get the permission to a hand clap from the audience? This is the first time that I hear this lady say something that is accurate. Immigration reform needs to happen. And she said it for the first time in her life. But do you know something about this? How many years she's been in office? It took her until now to realize that she needed immigration reform. And she needed to bring that up into a meeting like this. I don't know if I can clap or if I just want to throw the mic to the floor and just kick something right here. I just want to kick something, really. And there's nothing to kick. I really don't know what to kick. Holy cow. Another individual, but the only thing that she said that is accurate, it is immigration reform, which I will agree. There needs to be immigration reform in all countries, not only in the United States of America, but in all countries. And then I want to bring this guy up. You guys already know who this guy is. My God.
Department's plans. I'm particularly interested in understanding what type of resources will be increased and where they'll be deployed, as well as learning more about the Southwest Border Coordination Center's role.
Mr. Chairman, the plan is very comprehensive and very detailed. We have developed it over many, many months. The end of Title 42, which is the Public Health Authority, as you correctly described, we knew was not going to be forever, and therefore we began planning and preparing quite a long time ago. It's very detailed, but let me try to run through in the short time that I have. The pillar one was surging resources, personnel, transportation, medical support, increasing facilities for the processing of individuals whom we encounter. The second pillar, increasing CBP processing efficiency. That involves such things as enhanced central processing centers where we bring different parts of our department together.
Why are you spending all this money? Democrats, you know, one of the leaders of the caravan, you know what he said? Democrats like to just throw money, just like to spend it. Give it a like to this video, share this video, hit that bell button on YouTube and like button on Facebook. Buy me a coffee. It's on the top link for people who want to donate and contribute. Thank you so much. We are going to be traveling soon. I don't understand why you want to keep spending. Why you want to spend on private prisons? Oh, hold on a second. Let me just take you back to the Obama administration. Because they're your buddies, your compas, right? MCC, CCA, GEO, all these privately owned companies, detention centers, how much money they're going to make. And then when you let them in, you are going to deport them again because you are flooded in the system and you're going to say, we don't have capability and capacity. So you're going to do like what Obama did. You let them in and then they come back. You deport them, they come back. You deport them, they come back. Great humanitarian business. It's called modern day slavery. And you're using migrants and people as currency. You're talking about resources, personnel. You don't have any. Just 2 days ago, I was at the border at San Luis. I was at the border with Yuma in Algodones. There was one Border Patrol agent detaining 250 migrants. Este güey está loco, güey. Está pero si bien pirata este vato, hijo de la chinga.
To drive efficiency, where we process individuals en route to ICE facilities and decompress border patrol stations. The third pillar is a consequence regime, using Title 8 of the United States Code to expedite the removal of individuals as the law provides. Bring criminal prosecutions where the facts so warrant. Implementation of our historic asylum officer rule, which brings tremendous efficiency to the asylum system, bolstering the capacities of non-governmental organizations and coordinating with state and local.
Of course, the ones that they're making the money, NGOs. The NGOs, the ones that they are making millions and millions. These NGOs that they come from the United States and that they operate in Mexico. Of course. Absolutely. Let's send the $4.8 billion that in the Trump administration, he was going to send $4.8 billion to countries in Central America and South America. And when you are sending that money under the Trump administration, Trump was going to send a task force to make sure that every penny and every dollar was going to be spent on education, on infrastructure, on security, on combating the organized crime. But now, under the Biden administration, the hell with making those countries better. Guatemala wants trade. They don't want aid. El Salvador, the president of El Salvador, Nayib Bukele, wanted to sit down with Joe Biden to talk about trade. But no, he's a right-winger and he's a nationalist. Oh, my God. So we are not going to deal with him. The hell with him. I'm not even going to help him. Let's just send them money to create a vicious cycle for them to depend on us, right? Let's not make that country better so they can depend on themselves. They can import and export their minerals. They can also export their product. They can create a better economy by bringing capitalist jobs to all these countries that they're in need, so they can create jobs and infrastructure and better houses. Send more money for security to combat the organized crime and also to fight the cartels, like President Nayib Bukele of El Salvador is fighting gang members from the Maras, the MS. All that is not important. Let's send money to NGOs so the flow can continue. The business can continue. Let's not fix the problem in their countries. Let's not get Nicolás Maduro out of Venezuela, this communist dictator that has his people migrating to the Darien Gap through horrible situations. No. Let's not go to Cuba and try to help people that they're under this communist dictatorship of Díaz-Canel. No. Let's not go to Nicaragua and help to better Nicaragua by taking factual and also helping the people with this dictator of Ortega. No, let's not do that. Let's go to Honduras and help the new president, Xiomara Castro, because the past president was a corrupt and he was involved with a cartel. Let's not help Xiomara Castro. No. Let's give money to NGOs so it can be continuous. The business can go on and on and on and on. Right? Let's not make a country better. No, let's continue with this flow because it's bringing a lot of money. Crazy how these people think. It's just unbelievable how these people think. This clip that I'm about to play right here, I believe that is the last one. And it is 1 minute. And then after that, I am going to play a video that I have never played before. That is an interview that we did. And this is so factual and it is so, I have never played this video. I asked these people that they already achieved the asylum. These are legitimate cases of asylum. These people, I interviewed them in a caravan. They are migrants from Venezuela. They're fleeing persecution from their communist dictator government. And they tell the stories on what they suffered on the Darien Gap. The three of them are brothers. And one of them was an ex-commander-in-chief of the military of Venezuela. After this clip, I will play that video. And we can talk about the lies that Alejandro Mayorcas and the leftist, Democrats, they're putting on every statement that they're giving right here. This is Mr. Cohen. Let's listen to what he says.
Children being.
By the way, what the hell is going on with the guy behind? Why is he wearing a mask? Still, masks are obligated to wear.
Separated, and maybe the lawsuit or what's gone on with the previous administration separated children from their parents at the border. What's going on with children and parents who come together, and are there many children coming on their own today?
We are, through the Family Reunification Task Force that the president directed, reuniting separated children with their parents. We are enabling them to reunite here in the United States.
Cabrón. Let me get this. Hold on a second. Did I get this right? Cabrón. The guy said unaccompanied minors who have been separated from their parents. Unaccompanied minors, which their parents are located in South America and Central America, and they're traveling alone. Multiple unaccompanied minors I have interviewed, and I asked them, where are your parents? They're saying back home. And they're reunited with their parents in the United States of America. What the hell is going on? Are you telling me that the 38,000 unaccompanied minors, all the 38,000 unaccompanied minors, their dads are over here in the United States and they were left behind? You're telling me that every single one of them, every single 38,000 unaccompanied minors that you have right now under your administration, all of them, their parents are in the United States? This is incredible. The lies. that they're putting every single statement. Have you guys not been watching us for the past 4 years? Holy cow. This is so freaking ridiculous. Is there a cynical shame at all? Is there a cynical shame at all? Unbelievable. Look at what I am about to play. This is a video of a family of people from Venezuela. And this is such an incredible video. It is 5 minutes. All of them, they're brothers. And they're explaining what they went through in the Darien Gap. A thing that Alejandro Mayorcas forgot on his last visit. This is the reality. This is the reality of what is happening. If children, and let me elaborate again on the children, and also if children are being brought in unaccompanied minors and they're bringing their parents to reunite them over here, why in the hell are you incentivizing unaccompanied minors to walk alone? Do you know the atrocities and the nightmares that they're going through? This interview, it's just a clip. And I wanted to play this clip. I was with Miss Allie Bradley on this caravan. We encountered these migrants and I started talking to them as we were walking in the caravan. This particular individual, he was a head chief of police. And he was tired of the corruption that it was occurring. And they wanted him to be involved in the organized crime in Venezuela. And he said, no, I did not sign up for this. I'm leaving. So if he leaves his law enforcement duties, and if he comes back, he will be sentenced to almost 15 years in prison. All of them, they were fleeing persecution from the communist dictatorship of Venezuela. Why I was so curious of these stories, because of the atrocities that they saw on this journey through the Darien Gap. This story happened under the Biden administration, when there was no Title 42, when you opened up your mouth and said, I'm going to create a better pathway for migrants. And you have created a disaster where people are risking their lives and women and children are dying and being raped. You are going to see a statement from one of the husbands that he says on camera, this is a paper which we were attended at a hospital because my wife was raped and she was carrying a child. She was pregnant and she lost her child because she was raped. This is the first time that I'm showing this clip with permission of them. This was a really exclusive and intimate, really sensitive interview. And this is the only clip that I am going to show right now. I translate as I am talking because Miss Allie Bradley was there. So I was translating to her to understand the situation, which it was. And if she's watching, you remember this, Allie. It was completely emotional, this moment. Hear this out.
Con mi esposo y dos niños. ¿Cuánto era el grupo? Éramos como un grupo como de 40 personas. It was a group like around 40 people. It was a group around 40 people. En ese momento ellos nos agarran, nos unen a todos. Uno de ellos hace una, porque estaban organizados, tienen un radio portátil. They're really organized. They have a radio. Entonces ellos llaman por radio.
He's talking about the Darien Gap, how they are so organized, the cartel inside the Darien Gap. And he's saying that, you know, if you're hearing that translation, let me know if the volume is okay. Producer, moderator, let me know if the volume is okay. And if the volume is okay, and if you're hearing me translate correctly, and if you can hear me translating on the other side of the microphone, let me know so I will continue and I will not stop the video because I continue to translate the whole video. If it is okay, just let me know and just give it a type of yes. If you type yes, that will be great. I will wait for your answer right here so I can move forward because I don't want to stop and continue to say, hey, this, and that. Okay, everybody's saying yes. So let's continue with the video.
Cuando nosotros alzamos la vista a la loma, así, habían 25.
When we, they're really organized. When they started calling on the radio, later on, you see 25 of them up in the hill, armed and, in danger.
So they couldn't help. Was she traveling alone? Or was she
Ella venía sola o venía con
unos primos.
They're talking about a horrible experience that they saw. What was the horrible experience? It was a 17-year-old child who she was traveling at the same amount of people that they were also through the Darien Gap. And he's saying right here that this child, all of them, they make them kneel down at gunpoint to watch as she was getting raped by more than 17 men. Then later on, this child, as she was left unconscious and waited for her to get up and walk again, as she went to the hill, she committed suicide because she was destroyed completely by these animals. Do these stories, Alejandro Mayorcas and their democratic incentivization, know about this? No, they do not care. Listen to what he says right here as he relates, and also what the husband says about his wife being abused. It is horrible. Listen to this.
No, he was traveling with cousins and with a brother. Mucha gente está muy negligente a lo que pasa en el Darién y lo que pasa allá en el Darién. ¿Qué es ese documento? This is a document that I saw in me. This is my wife. The document says a certificate of medical aggression, sexual adults and minors. Tu esposa fue abusada sexualmente. My wife was sexually assaulted. And she... And my wife not only was sexually assaulted, but she was pregnant. And we want to go to our destiny.
And she lost her child. Look how this man is crying. This man is crying now. This is all of Biden open border policies. Mayorcas, you're not watching this, but do you know this? Do you know how your open border policies are pushing people to risk their lives like this? Women being raped and abused? Listen to what he says right here. Also,
this is a document. And pero ella estuvo embarazada de ti. She was pregnant of me, and she got raped by an individual, and because of that rape, she lost our kid. And this is the report. Eso fue el abuso fue en Panamá, en el Darién. It was in a Darien Gap. The abuse was in the Darien Gap. Este recibo médico es de que no nos quisieron atender.
No, nos mandaron a hacer eso y cuando llegamos aquí, como ya no teníamos más recursos. Entonces llegamos aquí no nos quisieron atender, no hallamos cómo hacer y eso. Y hasta que dimos con alguien que los ayudó. Y a donde vamos, los médicos sin fronteras nos dijeron que a los que llegáramos aquí en México, que buscáramos ayuda con médicos sin fronteras y les mostráramos el caso que ellos nos ayudaban a llegar hasta la frontera.
So this is you know, this is they would not help us. They would not help us, and they told us to find, you know, doctors without borders. Those are the only ones that they can help. So we were looking for doctors. In all places that we have gone, they have denied us help.
How many months pregnant was she?
Permítame, ¿cuántos meses estaba embarazo? 2 months. 2 months and some days. So 2 months and a half. Te miro a ti muy callado. Creo que tú también has pasado por una experiencia no muy grata. ¿Me lo puedes decir lo que pasaste en el Darien? I see you really quiet. Can you tell me what was your experience in the Darien Gap?
Bueno, yo en realidad yo no crucé el Darien.
I didn't cross the Darien Gap.
En Panamá, pero sí tomé la decisión hace 6 años, más de 6 años de salir de Venezuela, pues vengo de familia humilde, lastimosamente, cuando hablamos de humildad, de bajos recursos, bajos, por ejemplo. Y tomé la decisión porque yo trabajé, me gradué y lastimosamente no pude mejorar en
¿De qué te graduaste?
He graduated. He's saying that he did not travel. Is one of the brothers that did not travel through the Darien Gap. I just wanted to play this small clip. Just small one. I will remove them from the camera. This is one of the experiences that I have seen, that I have interviewed. When you hear their voices, when you start seeing their stories, and ultimately when you see that the incentivization of the Biden administration, how many lives have cost, how many lives they have been lost through dangerous pathways, kidnappings, rape. All these experiences, I have so multiple videos like this that I have not shown because of the respect of the sensitivity of the migrants. Really deep interviews. When I talked about them, it's because I already seen it, interviewed it, and watched it. Unbelievable. But you have a head chief of the Department of Homeland Security who is blaming the past administration for this right now. Do you know how many caravans, Mr. Mayorcas, were made on 2021 because of your open border policies? 8 to 10 caravans. And still they're making them right now. Do you know what happened after the debate that it was between Trump and Joe Biden? When Joe Biden started speaking about, I'm going to create a better pathway, immediately they started concentrating a caravan of more than 9,000, and it was stopped by the Guatemala government. Do you remember that? Do you remember the more than 10,000 migrants that I was watching at a stadium in Tapachula in El Cafetalero parking lot? Migrants from Africa, from all across the world, waiting for a humanitarian visa at a horrible process that the Institute National Immigration of Mexico does because they do a horrible job. All of them stranded at a parking lot, waiting to go to you. For days, on the sun, on horrible weather conditions. And by the way, just for you to know, Mr. Mayorcas, a unit, really nice, top of the notch vehicle from the United Nations was on the side with air conditioning and their windows up. Just watching how people are waiting at the parking lot, burning in hot weather, children with no water, making them suffer. Do you know about that? Of course, you don't know because you're going to blame it on who? On the past administration. Or like Mr. Liu, he's going to blame it on the wall, right? Take away the wall, Mr. Liu. Do you know what is going on deep in the waters of the problems that Mexico is dealing with right now, with a lot of organized crime and ultimately also the cartel? You don't care about that. Who cares? Mexico is corrupt. I don't care. I care what happens over here. I don't even care what I'm provoking. I don't even care what Yamate is going through, the president of Guatemala. I don't even care what Xiomara Castro is going through, the president of Honduras. I don't even care what Ortega is going through, the president of Nicaragua. I don't even care what Nayib Bukele is doing in the president of El Salvador. I don't even care what Nicolas Maduro. I don't even care what the president of Peru, the president of Bolivia, the president of Chile. I do not even care of what they're doing. The wall. We wasted a lot of money on that. When you have stories like this, where women are being raped and they're losing their childs and they're going through a process on the Darien Gap, shame on you, Mr. Mayorcas. Debería dar un poco de pena, como Latino. As you went over there to Panama a week ago, and supposedly you went over there to see to yourself what was going on over there. And what have you done? You come in front of Congress people and you lie through the horrors that this open border agenda. And also, you don't talk about the number one problem, that is the global compact on migration by the United Nations, the root of the problem. Why you are protecting so much George Soros. Why you're protecting so much George Soros. Nobody talks about that. Nobody. Thank you so much for listening and watching an hour and 20 minutes. I believe that it has been a good show. Show facts, talk about their mistakes and the lies that they're saying. It is just unbelievable. As a foreigner to your country, as a Mexican citizen, I feel that the only one that it can bring a solution to this, it is the country of the United States of America, because on top you have Canada. That particularly Canada is now run by a communist dictator, that is Trudeau. Now you have an incompetent president on the United States of America who forgets what he's talking about, and that. Then you have a leftist communist tendency president in Mexico. So you have all this communist agenda, leftist agenda in the continent of America. The only one that it can put order into this and put an example, it is the United States of America. But with lies, we're never going to go anywhere. Never. And how much of a disrespect to the people that they have lost their lives. You're selling something that is really expensive in exchange for money. You are asking migrants to risk their lives. People, forget about the word Mr. Mayorcas, Mr. Lu, Señorita Escobar. All of you people, Mr. Natler, forget about the word migrant, refugee, asylum seeker. Forget about that word. Just let's remove that word. These are human beings. When did you forget to be human? When did you forget that these are humans, that they are losing their lives and risking their lives to go to another country? Everybody has a right to migrate, but there's laws and there's processes. And what you guys are doing is to basically not respect any of them by opening up your mouth and saying it is open. So because of that, a lot of people get desperate and they use a trafficker. They use a coyote. They do not do their process correctly. There's not enough help by the number one provocateur, that is the United Nations. Is the United Nations in the Darien Gap with this family, for example? Was the United Nations in the border between Brazil and Colombia? En Bajo Chiquito, Cucuta? Is the United Nations there? Traveling in the Darien Gap? Traveling and walking on multiple caravans. I mean, walking. Walking. United Nations giving them water, walking. Giving shoes to children that they're walking without shoes. I have a video about that. Is the United Nations there? UNICEF, where are you? Do we see the problem right here? The problem is obvious. There's an agenda, and the agenda is to continue with this. You just heard it from Mr. Mayorcas himself. He said, we are going to give money to NGOs. So this means that this funneling of human beings, it is not going to stop. I'm not against people migrating. Everybody has a right to migrate. I'm a migrant myself. I am against the abusers of migrants. These activists, and leftist organizations, that they abuse people and they take advantage of people. The traffickers, the coyotes, the organized crime, who they are raping women and abusing women. It should not be like that. Migration should not be like that. Walking for kilometers and kilometers on a caravan, suffering from water, suffering from food, suffering from everything. It shouldn't be like that. It is a right. Yes, it is a right. But they should have help immediate in their own country. Corruption, fix it. You need help, ask for it. Provide it. Making people walk, not helping them through places like the Darien Gap. Almost people that I have interviewed, 10 to 11 countries they have traveled. What is the purpose of you making people suffer for 10 and 11 countries, United Nations? That is your global compact? Unbelievable. As I always said, people, where there is a light, there will always be hope. Where there is a heart, there will always be love. Where there is faith, there will always be God. Let's not forget that we can still fix this by bringing truth of what is really happening and being more human more than critics. Let's be human, not critics, because there's evil people like these individuals that they see that the people are dying, people are migrating through horrible places, and they do not care about people dying and suffering. They want to incentivize and continue to grow with a funneling and risking people's lives. God bless you all. Thank you so much for joining in. An hour and 25 minutes. I extended myself. I would like to say hello to people that they are live at Getter. Thank you so much. People that are live at Getter, thank you so much for joining in. Let me see if I can read some comments in Getter because I'm watching the live feed right here on YouTube. I'd say hello to the Patriot Girl. Say hello to Jade. Say hello to Candy Bakey. Say hello to Republican Rocker. Say hello to Linda Jordan. Say hello to Hockey Gal. Say hello to every single one of you. Thank you, Latina Girl. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching. Miss Jan Orlinga, thank you so much. God bless you. Also, Miss Jerry Lee Nosey, thank you so much. Ms. Mary Yates, all of you, thank you so much. Eva Skelly Peters, thank you so much. All of you and all the people that they have donated and contributed to our show. Thank you so much. We are going to be traveling soon to another border and the south border of Mexico. And also we are going to be traveling as soon as we get our documentation again, because we were assaulted in Guatemala, to just say the least. and our property was taken. So we are waiting for our passport so we can travel to Central and South America. God bless you all. Follow me. Follow my partner, Real Anthony Agüero. You can follow him at all platforms. Also follow Ben Berquan, Frontline America with Ben Berquan, Real America's Voice News. Download the app. It is free. You can watch us at Hulu, Roku, and all the places that you want. Also, download the app, Wendy Bell Radio Network. Wendy Bell Radio Network. Go to the App Store right now. Type in Wendy Bell Radio Network. It is the best news every morning. Watch Wendy. She is in Pittsburgh. She's a phenomenal and intelligent woman. Also, Mr. Brock and Mr. Jason, who are part of the Wendy Bell Radio Network. Watch them. It is free. Go to the App Store, Wendy Bell Radio Network. Download it. We are participants and we are correspondents for Miss Wendy Bell Radio Network. And you can follow me, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Getter, and also Telegram as Oscar L. Blue, and Instagram, Oscar L. Blue Media, and Oscar L. Blue Team. God bless you all. Stay safe. And like we always say, people, peace and love, because always your country's first. God bless.
We're in the middle of everything. They're carrying a child. Look at this. They're carrying a child. Look at this. This is horrible.
Ustedes tienen familia, somos inmigrantes, no somos delincuentes. Somos inmigrantes, no somos delincuentes.
Discúlpeme, oficial. They haven't encapsulated them. They're pushing. Now they're pushing. Some of them, they're escaping underneath to the ranches. Look at this, man. They're throwing rocks. They're hitting the National Guard officers. Throwing rocks over here.
Gosh, what a scene to see really unfolding here, and having them use that rope so that they're all able to stay together is really interesting to see all this happen, Oscar.
Is number 4 in the world for violence and homicides. Due to this factor, the military was moved to Tijuana. Entry of San Isidro next door to the city of Tijuana, Mexico. Migrants looking for asylum from Ukraine arrived to the
Roto, señores, las barreras. Ya no los pueden controlar. They have broke the barriers. They cannot control them.